Hello, David here, and the project for today is to give you an update on my dash cam. It's a Cobra model CDR 855BT, and been using it for a couple of years. I got it as a retirement gift from my office in the summer of 2017. It seemed to be working okay. I don't use any fancy features on it like the bump feature. I turn it off when I leave the car. And that's because one time I left it on for a couple of days and it drained my battery and I had to get jump started. So I just turn it on when I get in the car. And one thing I learned that is if you did disconnect the power from the power cord to turn it off, that creates a bad file that can't be read. It corrupts the file. So what you do is when I leave the car, the first thing I do is I push this on-off switch to turn it off, and then I disconnect the power. That keeps the files intact. And I didn't really need it until New Year's Eve, December 2018, when I had a little fender bender. Some guy swerved into my lane and I couldn't stop fast enough to hit him. He braked hard because someone swerved into his lane, and I thought, oh good, my dash cam's running, I'm going to be able to send it to the insurance company. Well, what happened was I didn't have the cord that connects the unit to the computer, and I thought, how am I going to get that file? And then I noticed right here there's a little mini SD card, and you just get that out by pushing in on that. Push in on it, it'll come out. And then I learned I didn't have a way to read it. I didn't have a card reader. My neighbor came through. My neighbor had one, and I saw the files, and the files were 2 years old. They were the files that I had when I first set up the camera when I did my review of the unit back in 2017. And there were some corrupted files there. I was trying to delete those files. It allowed me to delete it, and I put them back in the camera, and what do you know, those files were still there. They could not be deleted. So I didn't have the accident. I had all those old files which I couldn't delete, and I just made an assumption that the mini SD card was bad. So I ordered a new one, and I got this. I got a Kingston 32 gigabyte mini SD card, and it comes with an adapter. I got it on Amazon. I just picked the cheapest one I could find. I don't remember what it cost. I installed it in the camera, did a lot of testing. That's how I learned that you have to turn off the unit in order to save a file. You can't just pull the power cord first. And it saves a lot of files, and what it does is it deletes the first file that was recorded, and it records files in 3-minute chunks. At 3 minutes it stops and creates a new file, and then as the card gets filled, the oldest file gets deleted to make room for the new file. And this card's big enough that if I did have an accident, I'm sure that it would take a few days, maybe a few weeks, for the memory card to fill up before I could get that file, because there's just a lot of space on this card. So hopefully I won't have another accident, but if I do, I'll be able to show you guys that on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. If you subscribe, click that bell so you get notifications of new videos, and remember to drive carefully out there. To make life last, put safety first.